Hey everybody, this is Eric Warren. Welcome to NetworkMarketingPro.com. I'm here in downtown Kiev, Ukraine, in the middle of this square. It's a beautiful autumn day and the leaves are falling, and I wish you were here. It's beautiful seeing different parts of the world, and this is one of the most beautiful parts of the world. But what I want to do today, I want to talk to you. People have been asking me about tactics. Give us more tactics. Tell us exactly what to do. Tell us exactly what to say. And I've been working on one that I want to give you this week, and it's very specific of what I want you to talk about, or what I want to talk to you about after we have all these interviews and talking about all this mindset. Some of the things I want you to talk to you about is posture, and after posture, what to say to prospects, because this is something for each of you to get clear in your mind when it comes to prospects, and it's also important for everybody in your organization to get clear, because if you get this, you're going to be able to double and triple and quadruple your recruiting efforts. Now, if that has your interest, then pay attention, because I'm going to want you to watch this over and over and over so you get it solid in your mind. It's a 4-question process. 4-question process. Question number 1, if I give you this DVD, would you watch it? If I ask you to try my product, would you try it? If I invited you to a special invitation-only event, would you attend? If I sent you a link to a website, would you review it? If I gave you this magazine, would you read it? If I gave you this CD, would you listen to it? You understand? If I put you on the phone with the top leader in my company, would you listen to what they have to say? So the question number 1 is, if I, would you? We talked about this on previous shows, okay? So I'm going to use a DVD as an example because it's one of my favorites. So if I gave you this DVD, which implies that I might not give it to you, but if I gave you this DVD, would you watch it? And then be quiet, okay? They will almost certainly end up saying yes. They might ask more about it, and if they ask more about it, I'm going to say, look, all the information's on the DVD. If I gave it to you, it's important that, to me, if I gave it to you, would you watch it? And then be quiet. If they will say yes 99% of the time if you ask it that properly, okay? Question number 2. I still don't give it to them. Question number 2 is, when do you think you could see it for sure? So I've asked, will you watch the DVD? They say yes. Okay, great. When do you think you could see it for sure? Now understand, I don't care what their answer is, just so long as they give me a time. They could say, I'm really busy, I can't watch it for 2 weeks. They could say, I'll watch it tonight. They could say, I'll watch it 3 days from now. They could say, I'll watch it 6 months from today. I don't care what answer they give me, just so long as they give me a specific answer. And I don't give them the DVD unless they give me a specific answer. So they'll say typically something around the next 48 hours. So let's say they say, I'll watch it 2 days from now. Fantastic. So question number 3, if I called you 3 days from now, you'll have seen it for sure, right? If I called you right after whatever they said, you'll have seen it for sure, right? That's question number 3. And then be quiet and wait for it. And they'll say, yes, I will see it for sure. That's question number 3. So question number 1 is, if I gave this DVD to you, would you watch it? Question number 2, when do you think you could see it for sure? Question number 3 is, what? So if I call you after that, you'll have seen it for sure, right? And then question number 4 is, what's the best time and what's the best number for me to call? And write it down and say, okay, I've got it on my calendar. I will talk to you then. I got to go. Listen to me. And then you give the DVD, okay? After you've got the time and the number for you to call, now you're not chasing people, you're just being professional. Now you're not begging somebody to watch something, you're just being professional. You are sorting in the most professional way I know. If you do this 4-step process, I promise you, you're going to get results. Even with your products, if you say, look, I've got this product that's amazing. If I gave you a sample, Would you try it? They'll say yes. Eventually, you might have to banter a little bit. When do you think you could try it for sure? You get the answer. So if I called you after that time, you have tried it for sure by then, right? They'll say yes and say, okay, what's the best number and time for me to call? Okay, I gotta go. And you're done. You gotta go. You're out of here. Same thing's true with a CD. Same thing's true with a magazine. Same thing's true with anything. If I would you, when do you think you could do it for sure? If I called you after that, you've seen it for sure, right? Okay, what's the best number and time for me to call? I gotta go. Now, listen, if you'll do that over and over and over and practice that till it becomes totally natural to you, your results are going to be staggering. If you do that approach with a DVD, you'll get a 90% review rate. If you do it without, here's what most people do. Please watch my DVD. It's really exciting. You're going to get 5% of people watching it, not 90. You get 5%. So this is something that can increase the viewing and the actual review of any of your materials by 15 to 20 times. And from that, you're going to get better results. Okay? So this week, I want you to focus on this. Next week, I'm going to talk to you about how to follow up. What to do when you call somebody and find out if they've reviewed the materials and if they liked it, if they didn't, what's the next step? We'll talk about that. So this week, focus on the 4 things. If I, would you, when do you think you could do it for sure? So if I called you after that, you'll see it for sure, right? And what's the best number and time for me to call? Okay, I've got to go. I will talk to you then. So, ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention to this. If you get this and if you could pass it through your organization, your results will skyrocket. It's so much better than flying by the seat of your pants and playing it by ear. So, ladies and gentlemen, my wish for you is that you decide to become a network marketing professional, that you decide to go pro. It is a fact that we have a better way. Now let's go tell the world. And speaking of the world, from downtown Kiev, hope you have a great day and a great week, and why don't you pan around and show everybody what we're kind of seeing here. Bye-bye.